Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue year 3 with our Vancouver Canucks. Made it all the way up to the trade deadline, but you know what? We are not a playoff team. It's already happened, okay? 32 losses on the year, 32 regulation losses, too. We're already up to 37 overall losses, and we still have, what, like 15, 16 games left? Something like that after the trade deadline. So, I mean, we could make that decision that, oh, we could still make the playoffs. You know, we're only 7 points behind. We just have to win every single game. You got to make the right trades. No. This team, we've had 3 years now of me trying to do something for this team, trying to give it what it needs. That first line right winger, that second line right winger, that depth defenseman. All right, keeping Luongo for 2 years. And just it has not been working. 2 first-round exits, and now this year not even making the playoffs. I think the time is over for the Vancouver Canucks. You know, they had their good run there, weren't able to win that Stanley Cup, made it to the finals once against Boston. All right, but then after that Boston series, I mean, first-round exit to the Kings, then 2 consecutive first-round exits to the Dallas Stars. So I think we need to go in a different direction here in Vancouver, because management and the fans are getting fed up with these losing seasons. I can feel it, and change is wanted. So we're at the trade deadline here. Yeah, so remember, I can't make any trade. I can do a trade right now, but the only trades I can do right now are the ones that teams want to give up and the teams that the players want, right? Like they need to have a red name and a green name. But when I go to trade deadline, I can make any trades that I want. So before I go into the trade deadline, let's just see which players are available legitimately, because if I can make some trades before the actual trade deadline, it would make it easier, okay? So yeah, we know all the players that we're giving away. You can see some of the trade values way up there, okay? Look at Jan Sav's trade value as well. Damn, he's pretty good. I might want to trade that guy. Cassian, all right, he's got a pretty decent trade value as well. Murphy, all right, all these guys who are on the trading block, even the younger players, all right, because I'm going to build up a roster before I make any of these trades, and we're just going to see what positions that we need going forward, okay? So hang on a second. I just wanted to quickly take a look at some of our trade values. So, let's go through all the teams here. Not goalies, because I'm set for goaltenders going forward. We don't even have to worry about getting a goalie. Clint Windsor will be our future goalie, and in the meantime, Eddie Lack is the starting goalie. I don't blame the goaltenders for this year. It's our forwards and defensemen, okay? So, skaters. We're just going to look for skaters. Sammy Salo. No, we want young players. That's all I want. I just want young players. So, look at this. Boston wants to give up Seth Jones. 20 years old. He was drafted 4th overall. 4.5 green star potential. I mean, defenseman, franchise defenseman of the future. Hell yeah. He's only 61 overall right now, but that's fine. And you know what? We already have ourselves a Ryan Pulock. So Seth Jones and Pulock going forward, I mean, that's a nice 1-2 punch. And then having Alexander Edler until those guys are ready to be first liners. Yeah, man, I did not expect to see Seth Jones out there, okay? So, Boston wants to give up a franchise defenseman. That's crazy. Yeah, nobody down there. I'm only really looking for 4.5-star players right now, like this Kalachev guy. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to look at him, okay? I just want these players like a Seth Jones type player, because we have some trading assets, so I want the best of the best. No, I want younger players. Nope. Carolina. Bowie, he's a decent defensive prospect. 4-star, though. We have a few of those guys. No, I'm looking for 4.5-star. The trade value will be able to tell you. Nope. Detroit, Datsuk, nope. Edmonton, S. Theodore. Who's that guy? Let's see. He's a defenseman, 4-star. They need him there in Edmonton. I'm not going to take him. Nope. Los Angeles, nope. Minnesota, Dumba, and Nurse. Ooh. Yeah, there's another 2 defensemen on the block there, Dumba and Nurse. Okay, both 20 years old, 4-star potential defensemen. So it's the 2 top 4s right there. Okay, maybe top 2s if they progress the right way. The Montreal Canadiens want to give up Sam Reinhart. Remember in the draft this year when I got Joshua Ho-Sang, but we were trying to get Sam Reinhart? Just the Montreal Canadiens took him 1 pick before Ho-Sang at number 5. He went at number 4. He's 65 overall as well, 4.5-star potential. You got Seth Jones and Sam Reinhart out there, you know what I mean? You're starting to see these young players that would look good in a Vancouver Canuck jersey. Beaulieu and Pachiro. Yeah, okay. Beaulieu is a 4-star. Yeah, we know that. All right, so Sam Reinhart and Seth Jones have caught my eye, boys. Center and a defenseman. Hell yeah. Nope. Islanders, nope. Rangers. Ristolainen, 4-star defenseman. Yeah, 4-star defenseman. All right, so there's plenty of 4-star defensemen that I could go after if I wanted to. Jason Spezza. No, I'm not going after Spezza. There's no point. Nope. Pittsburgh. Pouliot, right? Yeah. Josh Morrissey. There's our first line right winger right there. Pouliot. Derek Pouliot. He's a 4.5 star. I thought that name seemed familiar. Offensive defenseman. So we have our choice. We got a Seth Jones, two-way defenseman. Derek Pouliot, offensive defenseman. Sam Reinhart, playmaker. Okay. And he's only 21 years old. So we got three 4.5 star players that are up for grabs that I could try to make trades for before the actual trade deadline. So that's good news. San Jose, nope. I pressed B twice. Hang on a second here, boys. Let's go back in. We were at San Jose. St. Louis, let's see. Oland, no. Tampa Bay, no. Toronto, Max Domi, Percy, Lievo, Finn. A bunch of 4-star players, I think, right? Yeah, 4-star, 4-star, 4-star. All right, so if we want to get 4-star players, there's plenty of them out there. So that is good news if we're looking for depth. But I got my eyes on Jones, Reinhart, and Derek Pouliot. Especially Jones right now. I mean, green stars? Hell yeah, man. Hell freaking yeah. Look at this guy. I mean, Jesus, I don't know how many years it would take for him to get better, because he is only 61 overall. It could still be 2-3 years, but I mean, by the time this guy's 25, 26 years old, guarantee you he's 90 overall or 88, 89, you know what I mean? And then still has 10 years in him at that price. This guy's definitely a franchise player. Okay, so now you guys know the players that are out there, okay? Remember, this is the trade deadline. We got to do this the right way. This is the biggest part of the season for us right now, because after this, we have nothing to do until the draft, okay? So I want to do this the right way. So you saw the 3 players that I had interest in. You also saw a bunch of 4-star potential players, which it's good to know, right? But let's just go through our roster and let's think, if we're going to rebuild, which players can we rebuild with? Because I don't want to get, 4.5 star forwards, because then one of them has to be on the second line, right? I want to fill up roster spots that I know need to be filled up. So when it comes to goaltending, I mean, Eddie Lack, starting goalie, 27 years old. He's got 5 more years in him until he's 32. Okay, and then another 5 years till he's 37. So this guy, he's got plenty of NHL time ahead of him. He's a starting goalie. I don't think it was his fault this year. And he's a perfect buffer goalie until Clint Windsor is ready to go. Okay, so I don't think any type of goaltending move needs to be done whatsoever. We have a young prospect goalie who's listed as a backup right now, who is going to be very good in 2 or 3 years. And in the meantime, we have a starting goalie who is good enough to get the job done if he has a good enough team on front of him. Okay, so goaltender, we do not have to worry about. Defenseman. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. Alexander Edler, we're not trading away Alexander Edler, no matter what. This guy's 28 years old. You don't trade away a top 2 28-year-old defenseman unless you're getting something spectacular back. And we have other trading assets that we could part with first. The reason I like Alexander Edler is because, again, he's 28 years old. You got another 5 years in him until he's 33, okay? And then you can start thinking about trading him. And he's got another one, well, not this year. Next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. He's got another 4 years after this year on that contract, okay? No reason at all to trade Alexander Edler. This guy is a stud for us. But Dan Hamhuis on the other side of it, he is somebody that we can maybe trade away. Now, I don't think I want to trade him away at the trade deadline just because he's a top 2 defenseman and we have him for 1 more year after this. So I'd rather trade him in the offseason or free agency just so I could take my time with it and other teams' salary cap wouldn't be as so strict as it is right now. So I don't think I want to trade away a Dan Hamhuis because I know we could get a lot back for him, but just not right now at the trade deadline. But Kevin Bieksa, yes, he's got to go, okay? This trade deadline is not passing with Kevin Bieksa being on our team. I know you Vancouver fans, a lot of you love Juice, but he's 33 years old on a team that's not going to make the playoffs. All right, he's not a top 2 defenseman. It's time for Kevin Bieksa to go. Maybe we can get a late first-round pick or a decent 4-star prospect for him, okay? Tanev, this guy can stay on our team, 25 years old, okay? I like Christopher Tanev. If he was 4-star potential, he may get a little bit better, but I could see him hovering between 80 to 83 for the rest of his career. Okay, so a top 6 defenseman at the best for us. But I'd still rather hold on to him, 25 years old. Scuderi, we could trade away if we could find a team that wants him. Okay, and Yansov. Okay, so here's the thing about Yansov. I love his stats, I love his age, I love everything about this player if we're a playoff team. You know what I mean? If I can have him as a top 6 defenseman and have 5 other defensemen who are better than him, he fits in perfectly. But for a team that is rebuilding, you know, his contract is coming up this year. Yes, we can sign him, no problem. But the thing is, if we want to trade him after this year, we're going to have to trade a older 81 overall defenseman at like 2.5 mil. Right now, I can trade him at 25 years old at 81 overall at 0.85, and you saw how high his trade value was. That's because of the bargain that you're getting right now. So, Yansov is worth more than Tanev right now just because of the salary cap situation. So, we'll have to make that decision. Do we want to hold on to Yansov, or is he a tradable asset? I think he's a tradable asset. Personally, I really think he does. I really think he is. And when it comes to prospects, Edler going forward, that's about it. And yeah, in the system, Ryan Pulock, that's about it. We got a 4-star Murphy, but a bunch of 3.5 stars. So that addition to Seth Jones would be very nice, because then you got Edler, who's the man right now, and then Pulock and Jones, who are ready to take over for Edler when he's 33, 34. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need a defensive prospect. Okay, so I know that for a fact now. We need a defensive prospect. Now, forwards, I'm just going to do this way. Sedin Twins, I don't think I want to trade these guys at the draft. I mean, at the trade deadline. I think I want to hold on to them just because it's going to be really hard to move those contracts right now. And the only teams that would want the Sedin Twins would be playoff-bound teams, and you wouldn't get a lot back. They wouldn't have salary cap available. So I think the Sedin Twins are players that we trade in the offseason, okay? Ryan Kessler, he's kind of like Dan Hamhuis, same thing. I'd like to hold on to him as well. I kind of like a Ryan Kessler, and he's only 30, so you have another 5 years in him at least, right? So we'll have to make that decision of Ryan Kessler. Gerby, I could definitely trade away. His age and his overall is great, but not at 6.7. The reason he's making so much is because it was a free agent pickup. I tried to help out the team for this year. Didn't happen, but I think I'd wants to trade Gerby away if something good comes up. Boland, he's got to go. Booth, he's got to go. Weiss, he can stay. Jared Stoll, he can go if I can find a taker for him. Okay, and same thing with Malhotra. Cassian, I got to hold on to. But when it comes to forward prospects, yeah, we have no forward prospects who are playing this year other than Cassian, who's only 4-star, and he's already 24 years old. But in this system, we do have Jonathan Drouin and Anthony Mantha, and then a bunch of 4-star players right there. So Seth Jones and then another Sam Reinhart, that would be perfect, actually. Because then you have 3 4.5-star forwards going forward and 2 4.5-star defensemen going forward. There's your top 5. There's your first line, forwards and defensemen. Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. And pretty much everyone else is expendable. It really is. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. I want to try and go after Seth Jones and freaking, what's his name? Sam Reinhart. And right now, too, okay? I can go into trade deadline so I could trade away players that they don't want to make it easier. But let's just see if I can get this done right now, okay? So Seth Jones. I don't want anything else back. Seth Jones. Now, it has to be players that they want back right now, okay? Goalies, I'm not trading away Lack or Windsor. Skaters matching the block. Let's see. Hamhuis, Edler, Drouin, Yansov. Okay, see what I mean about Yansov? See how that trade value is pretty decent? See how it's even higher than Tanev's? Even though Tanev is the better player, it's because of the salary cap. You save almost 2 mil if you get Yansov compared to Tanev. That's what I'm saying. And if this year goes by, we have to sign him to that $2.5, $3 million contract, his trade value drops just like Tanev's. That's what I'm saying, man. And I wouldn't mind giving up Yansov if we're getting friggin' Seth Jones back. You know what I mean? So I can see why they want Yansov because it's a top 6 defenseman for them. It looks like they're a playoff-bound team this year. Bieksa, I don't think so. We'll try it out. Hang on. Bieksa, let's see. Is it too many players or it says salary? Well, it's not that bad for salary. Do they have anybody else going back that they would want to give up that has high salary? This Knight guy looks like it the most, but they're all in the AHL. I don't think this will change anything. No, it won't. Oh, so, okay, I don't think Bieksa can go. No, Bieksa can't go to Boston. Salary cap. You see what I mean about these teams that want these older players? They can't afford them right now. They don't have the cap space. Connaughton, Schrader, 24 years old. Now, I've been giving this guy time. No. Schrader's somebody I want to see if he gets better for next year. Hang on a sec. And you know what? I would rather maybe trade Schrader for Sam Reinhart because then you're getting that center playmaker right back. Scuderi, can they afford Scuderi? No, they can't afford Scuderi. Let's see. Connaughton. Can I trade away Connaughton? Let's see. Is he a tradable asset? 25 years old, 78 overall. He's listed as a top. He's basically the same thing as a Yansov right now. Yeah, I could trade away Kevin Connaughton. again, these players are good for our team if we are a playoff-bound team, because if injuries happen, you bring up Connaughton, you bring up Sauve, who are basically almost 80s, if not already 80 overall. They're ready to go. But for our team in a rebuild stage, these guys, 25 years old, is almost too old for our team right now. Now, why won't they accept that? Is that too many players, or is it salary? Let me just try to add somebody back. The worst player possible. Let me get that Knight guy, because he had some salary. Yeah, that. There you go. Well, that will go through now. Okay. I could actually see this trade going through right there. I know it looks very lopsided for us just based on real-world events, but they want to give up Knight. They want to give up Jones. They want Connaughton, and Yansov has a pretty decent trade value. Okay. Is there anyone else I could throw in there just to help it out? Schrader. I don't want to give up Schrader. Dynamite. I'm holding on to Dynamite. Any draft picks? I could give up a third just to help it go through. Yeah, we'll give up the third as well. What about future years? Nope. Okay, so basically, if this doesn't go through, I'm going to have to go to the trade deadline because that's I don't have much more to give for Seth Jones that they want, all right? So Yansov, Kevin Connaughton, and a third-round pick for basically Seth Jones. Will it go through? Yes, it did. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Boston, so we are accepting your trade offer. Holy moly bajoli coley. I did not think that would go through, but the Boston Bruins, they wanted depth defenseman and a third-round pick for a franchise top 4 overall pick defenseman in Seth Jones, all right? So, Seth, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Very nicely done. So now, that really helps our defensive pool going forward. Seth Jones, 20 years old. Ryan Pulock, 20 years old. Hell yeah, son. Hell yeah. Next on the list, let's keep it going here. Let's see if I can get anything back for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so look again. Their salary cap, that's available 0.25, right? I mean, they would love players like the Sedin twins, I bet. Let's see. Yeah, they would love Hamhuis. They would love Kessler. They would love Edler, but I can't do that. Look, their salary, way too much. So that's what I'm talking about. I'd rather hold on to those players with that outstanding trade value to the end. But Sam Reinhart, let's see if we can get this guy. All right, so who do they want to get from our team? All right, they want to give up. They want Bieksa. Let's see if I can give them Bieksa. No. Do they have anybody on their team that is low? No, they don't. Okay, that's fine. I can't give them Bieksa, boys. It's going to have to be the same thing that I did for Seth Jones. Got to find somebody in here who has basically no salary cap. Tanev, is that? Nope, can't do that. I'm just checking. I wasn't actually going to trade Tanev. Schrader. Yeah, Schrader seems to be the best one. Yeah, Schrader. What about Malhotra? No, I think it has to be Schrader just because he's on the AHL. Yeah, that would go through. Schrader for Sam Reinhart. Schrader's 24, and he's basically NHL ready right now for a team that's looking to be a playoff-bound team. You know what I mean? Sam Reinhart, 4th overall pick. So, I mean, Montreal, that's a big trade right there if you're going to let that go through. Is there anyone else I could trade that would just salary cap? Let's see. I could add in Drouin. No, I could add in Didomite just to make it go through. Yeah, I'll add in Devin Didomite. All right, we can find another tough guy. Yeah, I just want to make sure this goes through here. Don't want to piss them off either. Schrader and Didomite. Yeah, I think that'll go through. I really do because they want both players and they want to give up Sam Reinhart. And Schrader for Sam Reinhart might go through by itself. So the addition of Devin Didomite will definitely make it go through. So let's try it out. Schrader and Didomite for Sam Reinhart. Will it go through? No, okay, so they did not want to give up like that. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to go into the trade deadline for that, just because, you know what? Hang on, let me try one thing here. Roster moves. Yeah, I'll just do all of this. Hang on one second here. Best lines, whatever. Because there's some players that, remember how I couldn't trade away players that I haven't signed, but there are some players that I could sign that I may be able to get a little bit of trade value out of them. So hang on a second here. In the system, yeah, these guys, right? Sheen, let me just, can I not sign him? Oh, is it past December? Can you not sign people past December? Maybe that's how it works. Yeah, I'm in contracts. It should work from there, right? Let's see. Yeah, it should work from there. All right, that's okay. All right, so we're 19 minutes in. I haven't even hit the trade deadline yet, but I do want to get to the trade deadline, so I'm going to save it right here. You guys get 2 for the price of 1 today. That's right. It may be a little bit shorter. I'm just going to do the trade deadline, and we'll see how it works out, okay? But let's switch over to that second video.